Hello. I just wanted to say a few things. Just talk about a couple of things. Let's get in the camera angle here. Yeah, I've just been watching a lot of Abraham tonight, and inspiring as always. Amazing stuff. Just a couple of things I wanted to say. Like when you're allowing things into your experience, especially sort of physical things, and kind of feeling that emotion of what feels right, what doesn't feel right, and finding that balance. Something I was thinking about and that was kind of coming across was a lot of the Abraham seminars, etc., that I've been watching. A lot of it is in a way, it's kind of like you're immediately feeling, and you're immediately feeling in the right directions. I think physically that can be slightly slower, in the sense of if you eat something that tastes really, really nice, it's like that feels good, and that moment feels really good, and then perhaps like half an hour later you might not feel quite as good, and you might realise at that point that the food that you've eaten earlier isn't quite as good feeling as you first thought, even though it tasted really nice at the time. I think this is the same. It just came into my head just talking just now. I think this is the same with kind of drugs and alcohol and things like that. Sometimes even having a drink, having a couple of glasses of wine, a couple of glasses of your chosen drink, basically is nice at the time. And I think obviously if you keep going with that, and you're like focusing on that niceness and that nice feeling in a physical manner, you're going to end up drinking perhaps more than you should, and the next day you're going to perhaps regret that. If you can see where I'm coming from with this, basically it's a lot of the kind of physical tuning, from what I've observed, has to do with a time span as well as everything else. Feeling good towards something over a period of time. I think that's... Hi again, sorry, had to go just then, had to cut off because my rats were making loads of noise, and they're running around the front room right now actually. It's been a bit crazy. I was trying to focus, you see. Sorry, yeah, feeling good over a period of time, yeah. I think if you can feel good over a period of time by doing something, then that is the way to go physically, from a physical perspective. Obviously if you're doing drugs or doing alcohol, then it's going to feel great, and you're going to go with it, etc. Maybe have a really great time, maybe have not so great time, but at some point that might feel very balanced and very the way to go, but in fact, over the next 24 hours you're going to feel pretty crap because of that. So that's sort of my point there anyway, just that some things have to be in a way analysed by yourself over a period of time. What feels right over a time, over a short time, usually you can tell with whether something's right for you or not. Certainly within kind of 12 hours of eating anything, of taking anything, of drinking anything, you can tell whether that thing was in fact okay, good for you, or not so good for you. That's basically what I kind of wanted to get across, because in some senses, like what I was saying earlier, it comes across sometimes as, to me anyway, the way Abraham kind of puts things forward, that you can immediately get that kind of, you immediately know what's good for you, you immediately can feel what's good for you, and you can immediately flow with that. And I think for a lot of things you definitely can, but I think certain things do require a slight buffer zone for you to analyse whether that fits in with your vibration, and I think that's an important point to get across. I hope that kind of rings true and people understand what I'm saying. I certainly believe in everything Abraham says, and perhaps for some people that are more aligned perhaps than I am, and more aligned perhaps than the people, the kind of general people that I'm talking about, who are just sort of learning this stuff. Perhaps for the people that are more aligned, then you can immediately flow into positive vibrations, and you can balance yourself more easily and more frequently, and that's fantastic if you can. I would love to be there. Anyway, great, thanks for listening.